And my first thought is, well, I should introduce myself. For those of you that this is your first time, my name is Jan Jorgensen, and everything I do is at soundandlighthealingarts.com. And I was thinking this morning about this creation of doing the Be the Light meditation every Wednesday. And I think, well, who's it for? What's it for? Well, a lot of it's for me and for those who are in a circle of needing the messages that come through me. And I had this interesting reading with this woman. She was just really kind of a cranky reader years ago when I first started my spiritual path. She said, not everybody's going to like you or want to listen to you. But she said, Christ only had 12 disciples, and look what they did. Not that I'm, you know what I'm saying. She was just using that as a metaphor that sometimes the message and the vibration is bringing forth something new that isn't something that people have even thought about before. So this platform of helping the divine feminine find her voice and speak without any fear in absolute truth and sit in circles and begin to be leaders, you almost have to talk about that for 20 years. There's epochs, there's change, there's natural evolutionary movement and change. It's the sands of time. It's not a boulder going in, and it's washing and clearing all the sands, and so that people can see, is this something I would even be interested or want to do? Be an empowered woman, be free of the toxic masculine realm that dictates who I am, how resources come in and how they're handled and where the world's going. So that's a pretty big story for people to wrap around. But I must say, I see the ripple effect. I see that what I say does have effect because I can see energetic and I can see trends and flows and I can see vibrations and colors and people light up. And of course, my work is about the voice, and look what I was looking at today. Every time you speak or have a thought, it ignites something powerful in the all that is. So I do feel that what I think has value and how I coalesce things and how we're moving forward as a social form. And I've also found that many people tell me they go back and they listen to these. I have a library of probably 300 Be the Light YouTubes, and people go back and listen because on the website, soundandlighthealingarts.com, I have a listing of what the topic is. So what I'm saying is everybody's at their own speed, but there are great needs for our social systems that are accelerating and outpacing our keeping up. I listened to a wonderful TED Talk today by a woman named Noni, who now lives in South America in the jungles there. And she did this TED Talk, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. And I heard this stunning die-off of 50% of plant and animal forms under man's doing. I heard the dire predictions, and I also heard her beautiful message of our contextual language, ideation, intentionality for what we can create together has to snowball and has to come and move forward fast enough to keep up with the demise and extinction profile and timeline that we've created as a species. So I feel that what we do here and in the little community talks after I press stop on the recording, and the liaison excursions and adventures that come out of these talks has value. So why do I say this? Well, obviously I'm doing the talk and I have to feel some efficacy or some importance or some reason to do what I do. But what is it that you do? Where are you showing up? This is 2024 and the stakes are higher. That little clock of, man killing everything in the earth and time up, ding, ding, ding to midnight. I hear that arm on the clock is just hovering, and we're in the last 5 minutes, if not even closer. That was the last time I checked. So we need to leap forward. We need to step forward. We need to jump out of our comfort zone, bigly, hugely, courageously, bravely. And even if other people don't quite get it, I had a dream. Spirit gives me dreams right before I wake up. And this dream was about a significant person in my life. And fascinating, right before I woke up, this person was in a big vehicle, had a bunch of people in it, was driving backwards down the freeway at full speed. So it made me think, is this person like wanting to go into the past and taking other people and not moving forward? So watch your dreams, watch your intuitions, watch your feelings, because we're all walking around without operation manuals now. Well, we think that, but the reason I do the meditations is if you go in and you anchor yourself into the communication system with your higher self and with source, you have the best manual ever. However, it is going to tell you to do leaps, to do jumps and things would put you out of sync, perhaps marginalized, not listened to, not respected, not even seen, not even on their radar. People in your own life and in the larger society. So know that what you do, these Wednesday morning meditations, it's not a popularity contest. And I have had dozens of people. But you have to choose how you play the game and what is it's about for you, and follow Spirit's guidance. I tinker with the ideas of getting one of those programs, inviting you into this in the new year. Press this button. Here's the pictures. Here you go. Here's a program. And it's just like it takes my breath away. It's just putting people into chutes of money spending and learning. However, I have noted that the divine feminine community is adopting some of these ways, but they're doing it with absolute integrity and beauty and joy, and they are nailing it, and they are landing the resources they need by doing this. And if you refer a friend, that money goes into your bank. So it's very feminine, it's communal, it's collaboration. So let's take the models and not start from scratch of our present society, but if we don't use them with truth, love, light, and joy, those principles we talk about all the time, they will fail, and you will be more exhausted, and you will be going backwards 60, 70 miles per hour on the freeway, and that's not helping anything. It's not helping you. All right, so activity, just having activity doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Contemplation first, divine order, put your house in order. In 2024, make that leap. So let me go back to what Ronnie said in the text talk, and I wish I could say, remember the words, there's a creative community, a creative matrix that is definitely this creative matrix that isolated people all around the world are knowing that they are hearing these new messages and feeling inspired about these new initiatives. Some of them are still feeling isolated, and how will my ideas fit? So that's where the coming together, the gathering, and events like the Feminine Frequency Festival to hear each other's voices and messages and make a alert that we really are a team of planes going up into the ethers, getting all this wonderful information, then coming back down. What if we had a controller system where we knew where all of us are, what we're into, what we're good at, and what we're bringing? Think about that. Think about the breadth and the strength of that knowing. So we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's 2024, and we just mentioned it's time to take a leap of faith, but we can't be angry and we can't shame or guilt all of those that aren't on this edge of courageously coalescing something new with divine etheric inspiration. All right, with divine etheric inspiration and meeting the ground team and starting to form things together. It's getting very exciting, but not everybody in your life is seeing or doing that. So the card I picked for today, for us to have that inner inspiration, to have that beautiful sense of, yes, we can do this, it, of course, is to start with appreciation. I was kind of surprised I picked this because I wanted a card that said, leap forward, or this is the absolute amazing thing that we are creating. Okay, so for 1 second, later I'll edit this out, but I want to welcome Laura. Hi, Laura. I'm in the meditation.
Hi.
That was interesting. Okay, so Laura was popping on because I met her at the Feminine Frequency Festival, and when she introduced herself, it was all the words, the languaging that I used to identify myself. And I said, oh my goodness, she's one of me. So this is how it's happening. And then we come together and we talk. And we say, what are you holding? What are you doing? I'd like to be aware of it. I would like to support it. And I'd like to see if there's any possible overlaps that could benefit both of us and the entire field in infrastructure. So this is how we're moving together forward more confidently in 2024 than just being isolated and doing it ourselves. In fact, that's what this AI generated picture is about. That sun's coming through, we're warming ourselves, we're creating some energy, we're creating some heat to move forward more powerfully and confidently this year together. All right, so let's drop into the meditation, the Be the Light meditation, and see what is up for us individually and as a collective, as we make our intention to bring more light to the world in 2024. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. It is now January 3rd. We've had 3 days for our new year. And this year is like no other. The clock is ticking, the divine clock is ticking, saying divine order, divine order, divine order. So for this moment, as we prepare to dive in, jump in, leap, pounce into the new year, let's look back the last 3 days as kind of a little look and see, an honesty test. How have you showed up? Have you showed up with the old emotional wrongs and stories? Have you showed up with setting new boundaries and being conscious of time and being focused? Have you showed up making your to-do list after you meditate and check in and feel safe in the world, all that you do affects all that will happen. And you only have each moment. You have each moment to be that electromagnetic spark of positive change. So in the last 3 days, be honest, what percent were you in your fullness, your divine profile, thinking that is dominated and held by love? Think about the people that you've been around. Yesterday, I hung out with one of my most favorite people. We just expand the moment we see each other into a field of history, possibility, and the thought or feeling of anything not going our way is impossible. Have you had that experience in the last 3 days? Find those people. Find your people. Find your tribe. Create your tribe with just one person, and then the next person, and then the next person by resonance, by natural invitation. Let's take a nice deep breath. And what was your percent? Just kind of make a mental note of that. And if it was you were in it 20% of the time, we're going to flip it over so that you could be in it 80% of the time. So just notice, if were you over the 50% mark, because anything under 50% you're going to flip over. We need to have a starting mark here. So take your attention to your heart and feel into your journey in the last 3 days. It wasn't heavenly, was it? It wasn't perfectly calm. It wasn't that feeling of anything is possible, most likely 100% of the time. Well, guess what? You can re-choose, you can recalibrate, you can reset your compass, reset everything. We're going to reset our brain waves right now, as a matter of fact. Not in a scientific way, but a divine will way. We ask and intend that our heart show us the perfect brainwave pattern to be open to receive the words and the visions of the future now. We are simply commanding, and in this way, your thinking is coming to the 0 point of no thoughts. And you are seeing a blank screen. And you are surrounded by divine beings. And in this moment, asked for information. And the only thing you need to know is not the end, not the bigger picture, but what is my next best step now, today? Something you can dive into, something you can do, accomplish. And this will reset your direction, all the signage. And we are watching our brainwaves come into a place of fully seeing and receiving this information now. Keep taking nice deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth. In this moment, your heart is being anointed with Christed light because you have shown up and because you have faith and because you believe in yourself and a new potential future. Breathe this light into your heart as your brainwaves move into cohesive, open receivership of even a deeper level. You are forming a new structure and form within yourself that is resilient and indifferent to the chaos. All is in divine order within you. We ask that these energies are anchored in to the brainwaves, nervous system, and all operational systems within your body now. Nice deep breath. Notice that there's new coloration and new movement in the heart. And imagine that there's new sparks, new color, new ignition in the heart realm, beautifully. Just giving a moment for this to all settle in throughout the entire body. So these feelings, these visions, these words are part of the new story for Earth. And just as Noni mentioned in her TED Talk, bring these particles together with other awakening people. Go to places where there are other awakening people. Go to places and talk to people that are resonating and dreaming and visualizing with this feeling state. And you will feel at home. And you will feel seen. You will feel appreciated. There's that card, there's that word. Your gifts, your showing up will be appreciated. Beautiful. So as we finish this meditation with great, joyous, anticipatory energy for the coming days and today, starting with today, we put a beautiful, beautiful golden resilient egg around our body to hold these energies in. Perfect. Protected by this beautiful bounce off golden resilient egg. So a deep appreciation for those that are listening now and those who will listen later, and also appreciation for the technology to do this sharing, for all the abundance I have in my life, my family. It's very important to make that appreciation list all the time and to hold this place of, I have what I need. I have a foundation so I can leap forward confidently for 2024. So that's today's meditation. Join us next Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Sound and Light, healingarts.com. Thank you.